Why is it so difficult to control our appetites and actually lose body fat? And why, when we're overweight, do we feel hungry more often than we did when we were right-sized? I'm not a doctor, so what follows is my simplified but true understanding living with this subject. This is a bit unusual. It's a dragon analogy, which was used by a coach of mine last year and really sparked my imagination. Maybe you'll find it useful and fun too. Grab the air pop popcorn. Deep inside our brains, this is where our appetite system is located. And this is where our hunger hormones live. Here's Grehlin, the I'm hungry hormone, and leptin, the I'm full hormone. We are born with these little cuties and they do their job so well that at one time, for many years even, we never even noticed them. Think of babies you know. Ever try to get a baby to eat when they're not hungry? That's leptin working, and it's completely natural. In normal situations, when our two dragons can do their job naturally as designed, we get hungry and eat some food. The glucose from that food gets absorbed by our cells for energy. Then we quit eating when we're full because leptin tells us we've had enough. All is well. But what happens when we chronically overfeed ourselves? Not once or twice like at Thanksgiving, but steadily over time, years, decades of extra snacking, comfort eating, and constant grazing. Let's check in on our dragons after months or years of this overfeeding pattern. Here we see they are completely transformed and hardly recognizable. Grehlin towers over the control room and leptin is nowhere to be seen. Or, wait, there she is. Can you find her? The lab is a mess. Grehlin frantically tries to process all the extra energy coming in from all the new food we're eating, but the previous food we ate hasn't been processed yet. Food energy is piling up. Our cells are already stuffed with glucose from previous feeds. They can't take it anymore. But Grehlin keeps signaling to us for more food, because that's his job. Meanwhile, leptin has shrunk down to almost nothing, cowering under her desk. Her "you're full" signals have been ignored so many times that she's given up trying. That's what's happening in our bodies when our hunger dragons get overwhelmed. Here's the hopeful bit. Hunger dragons can be retrained. Let me repeat that. Your hunger hormones can be retrained. To get them back to normal size, shrinking ghrelin and strengthening leptin, we have to stop feeding the body constantly. I started by gradually cutting out more and more processed foods. Then I began to choose more and more protein and adding healthy fats back into my daily eating choices. Soon, I started eating only at meal times and nothing in between. Little did I know, but I was building a dragon rehabilitation center that was providing my dragons care on a regular basis. Through that care, day by day, they remembered their true jobs. Grehlin stopped sending me constant hunger signals, and leptin finally got through to me that my stomach was quite satisfied. Thank you very much. Another amazing thing about this is that when you naturally reduce your appetite, you're actually healing your body's entire hormonal communication system, like specifically improving how your cells respond to insulin and process sugar out of your body. The relationship between our appetite and our glucose insulin regulation system is nothing if not intertwined. It's all interconnected, but you have to control that appetite first before your mind will let you start working with your stubborn blood sugar levels. So, we'll get to the insulin resistance very soon in a future vlog. I've experienced the joy of rehabilitating my dragons twice. Last year, it took 6 weeks to retrain them, and let me tell you, when the day finally came that I was no longer hungry, no longer thinking constantly about food, was a game changer. The relief on my mind was palpable. This time around, it's only taken 2 weeks. I was thinking I'd have to slough it out another 6 weeks, but only 2. My hunger hormones, or dragons, remembered their training and food freedom came quicker. When your dragons are properly trained, hunger becomes natural again. You eat when truly hungry, you stop when you're satisfied, and don't think about food between meals. Your body returns to its ancient wisdom of knowing exactly what it needs and when. The irony? I was never hungrier than when I was eating 10 times a day. Now I only eat intermittently and I rarely feel hungry. That's food freedom. That's the power of retraining hunger hormones. Yet, even though food freedom has recently come back to me, my dragons are still not back to their normal selves yet, as you can see. The lab still has a cobweb or two, but it's getting there. It's much improved, and the biggest hurdle has been made. I got my appetite back under control. Now, for Grehlin and Leptin to get back to their natural selves, I have to keep it under control. Every time you feel constantly hungry or can't stop thinking about food, that's not willpower failure. That's dragon miscommunication. And miscommunication can be fixed. I'm fixing mine as we speak. Now you've met your dragons. Next week, I'll share the specific tools that I use to keep my dragons cooperating. Until then, start paying attention to their signals in your body. They've been trying to communicate with you all along. Thank you for joining me today, butterfly friends. For more specifics on how I learned about hunger hormone dragons and that they have memory and can indeed be retrained, watch video number 3, which I've linked below.